The tax return arrived in.
So wait, you're telling me the tax returns came in an envelope? Tell me more about these magical things you call an envelope. She put the mad in Maddow.
Yes, it's been a little bit of a hullabaloo around here this evening. I apologize for being a little flustered.
People literally were tweeting at me, "Shut up, get to Rachel."
You may have heard, we've got some significant breaking news tonight. Donald Trump's tax returns. Tonight, we have this exclusive first look at their reporting at what they have obtained. In just a second, we are going to show you exactly what it is that we've got. We have obtained this, but this is all we've got.
This is all we've got. I think we found the title of Rachel Maddow's autobiography. This is all we've got by Rachel Maddow. How I fell for Donald Trump. Anyway, the last time I saw a fail that bad, let me think.
1, 2, 3, 4. La, 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 la. Whatever happened to predictability?
Oh, I expected so much from that. Or maybe it was this.
So when you near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS.
Yep. Or maybe it was this.
Now, having said all this, why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask?
No, it was that bad. Talk about a stunt blowing up in your face. Even Geraldo was like, whoa, glad I'm not her. Right now, he's thanking God for Rachel Maddow. No more drunks shouting Al Capone's vault at him when he's on his yacht. It's now Rachel's returns. Her segment reminded me of those YouTube pranksters. You know, all this build-up before the trick goes really bad.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh! Down the rock, yeah.
Well done. Literally, his ass is well done. So, was that a bad idea?
Oh my God.
That was such a bad idea.
And you know, you can always sense a stunt is about to go wrong, which is why Rachel dragged in other hosts and guests to help her save the thing. It's like when a singer's out of tune, the rest of the band has to play louder. Now she claims it's the viewer's fault for expecting so much from so little. This is after acting like she discovered Bigfoot's penis inside the Loch Ness Monster's butt, which would be rare and somewhat arousing. But like the dopes on YouTube, it's all about the views, and Rachel got a huge number, 3.7 million, by playing a number on all of us. While we may be on the verge of war with North Korea, we sat transfixed over tax returns. She trolled us for money. She's more of a capitalist than Lou Dobbs. Anyway, it's refreshing not to be on the crazy side of things for once. Remember when President Obama used to drive right-wingers crazy?
Let's say Bill is the average American here, and I'm President Obama. This is the way I feel. I feel like President Obama is just saying, you know what? I've got that $3.5 trillion budget that we're doing. You know, is this cold? What else could I possibly do to the American people? President Obama, why don't you just set us on fire?
Oh, those were good times. Now the clown shoe is on the other foot. Donald Trump's like a prankster pulling out the wires from the back of the Rachel robot. She ends up waving her arms and legs and freaking out like her butt's on fire. Now I know Donald Trump isn't perfect, but the people who hate him don't like you or me much either, and it becomes more true every day. You gotta wonder, why is it so hard for the left to lose? Is it the consequences of delayed adulthood or the coddling of a culture? A political defeat has turned actual adults into bedwetting blobs of protoplasm who'd sacrifice security rather than agree with Trump on anything. Take the travel ban. You could water that thing down so only redheads from the villages are banned, and they'd still scream Islamophobia. And so we see the 5 stages of crazy. 1, superior and calm.
Russia, Russia, Russia. Everything Trump touches turns into another story about Trump and Russia.
Then number 2, the emotional wrath.
I am a nasty woman. I'm not as nasty as a man who looks like he bathes in Cheeto dust.
What's wrong with Cheeto dust? 3, the world is ending.
Niet, sir! Niet! 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 No, we won't! We've seen what you have done, sir!
I'm glad she brought the sign. 4, losing your mind. But then finally, there is acceptance. Join us. We're having a good time. The fact is, we are now living in a parallel universe where one half finds fear and the other half's fun. So what side would you rather be on? Yes. Let us introduce tonight's guests. I'm so excited. He is so cool. He is so cool. The Fonz has a poster of him on his wall. World-class bodybuilder, parasailing extraordinaire. It's Lou Dobbs, host of Lou Dobbs Tonight on the Fox Business Network. Like a Times Square billboard, she's always lit. Fox LA anchor Lauren Savan. He gets iron in his diet by eating actual iron. Retired Special Forces Master Sergeant Terry Schappert. And she's saltier than the rim of a margarita. National Review reporter, Fox News contributor Kat Timpf. So, Lou, what was your take on the whole tax return thing? She got 3.7 million viewers, huge demos, great numbers. But how many times can you do that?
Yeah, I was wondering that very thing, and I'm glad you put it that way, because what I was thinking was, why couldn't I have that 3.7 million
Yes.
viewers? But at that expense, to actually have Stephen Colbert go after you, I mean, the left turned on her so quickly. I mean, I was astonished that they showed such an unfettered desire to cannibalize their own. And at the same time, I was absolutely sure they had done the right thing.
Yes, it was so much fun. And I love the word unfettered. I don't even know what it means half the time, Lauren, but that's what I like. I like all of my things to be unfettered, including you. What was your take on the event of the week, I would think? This is the event of the week.
It is the event of the week.
Yes.
I think that we don't like being duped. We don't like being lured into, the champagne room only to be swindled. And we definitely don't like being duped by, like a highly caffeinated CPR dummy.
Yes.
She's so wound up. And so she's really selling it, and yet, the product doesn't deliver.
No, it didn't. And I have been duped in the champagne room,
I know you know the feeling.
I know. Oh, that Tyrone. Those were not real abs. Hey, Terry. Good to see you, as always.
Good to see you.
The great thing about this is I don't think there's going to be... I'm just happy for Geraldo. Because now he's free.
All the heat's off of him.
He's free from the vault.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was never an Al Capone's vault 2. So I don't think she can do this again.
No, you're right. By the way, I think you actually enjoy being fettered.
Okay.
That's really what it is.
Yes.
A. 2, I looked at the wrong camera. And 3, I think, as the Joker has been said, sometimes someone just likes to watch the world burn. I have to admit now, I'm one of those dudes. I have had such a good time watching these guys just melt. I mean, it was awesome on election night. When Trump was winning, you could just see that, and you can see it now. It's going to continue like this. I mean, I wish Donald Trump would be a little more difficult to attack. He could make himself a little less
Make himself a smaller target.
Make himself, as we say in the
military
military.
vernacular.
Yes, thank you. Well done, sir. You and I, we speak the same language.
I was born a small target.
Yeah.
I would have been great if I chose to fight.
Yes.
But I didn't because I'm a conscientious coward.
You know what, Greg? I think you're being hard on yourself. I disagree.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think it's very brave to do this show the way you do it.
Thank you. Continue with your applause until you're exhausted. All right, Kat. I have this belief. I feel that this is like a mirror reversal of the effect that Obama had on some people as well, right? I mean, it kind of happens. It's like.
You mean Barack Hussein Obama?
Yes, yes. But it was like, Obama made Beck. Could Trump be making Rachel?
Maybe. This was just so embarrassing for everybody, though. Like you said, people on the left had to admit that. I mean, 2 pages from 2005. That's like the part where you write, like, name. His name is Donald Trump. Oh, my God. That'd be like if people were threatening to hack my phone into my photos and say, we're posting all these pictures of Kat that she didn't want us to see. And then it just wound up being like the pictures of my food that I took before I found the one where it looked delicious enough to post it.
Yes.
But then she's still stroking it. She's still like, well, what else is there? Like, be like, oh, is the food in Russia? Is she eating it in Russia? Why wouldn't she post it? She's not giving up, even though everyone's telling her, come on, lady.
Yes. They need a tax return intervention. They need to bring her in, all of her close friends to sit down. Chris Hayes could be there and tell her how much he cares about her. And then she gets on a plane. She flies to Malibu. They always fly to Malibu. Promises, and then they just sit there for a week and they go, the tax returns, you need to let go of the tax returns.
Seems like Keith Olbermann would be a really great party guest.
Yes, he would.
By the way, no, he wouldn't.
Yes,
He's awful.
I
Him and his multiple personalities.
She was just hoping that if she said stuff in a "this is a scandal" voice, people wouldn't listen and they'd just be like, oh, must be a scandal.
But it's interesting. There's a contrast between the benign good news of the past 50 or 60 days and the apocalyptic fervor. It's never been so stark. I mean, if Trump declared America a caliphate, MSNBC would call him Islamophobic. I mean, he can't do anything. Before we go, a look at an amazing vacation opportunity. We've all heard of themed cruises, but you've never seen one so incredible. Take a look.
Imagine a vacation where you and dozens of adult-sized babies could feel relevant among other outwardly loud but inwardly sad people. The ultimate luxury getaway of self-victimization. Well, now you can with the Cruise to Nutsville. You'll attend life-changing seminars with our special guests. Listen to Katy Perry on how to make up for intellectual insecurity by mouthing stuff you read on a HuffPost blog. Keith Olbermann on how to time medications so you melt down on air. Shia LaBeouf on how to not let a low IQ keep you from being important to a small few who still know you. Madonna on coping with senility. Plus, Michael Moore, Lena Dunham, Rosie O'Donnell, and Ashley Judd. And how to yell at cops with surprise guest, Psycho Professor Lady.
I'm a professor!
Together, you'll intimately discuss how the president has made you so obsessed with trivial things, you forget the issues that really matter and hilariously embarrass yourself in front of your peers. With great ports of call like Crazy Town, Looniesburg, Bonkersboro, and Hollywood, the Cruise to Nutsville promises to be the most self-absorbed event you've ever been to and not informative in any way. So if you're ready to rub shoulders with people just as out of touch with reality while you spin off the planet, call 555-NUTS for your tickets to the Cruise to Nutsville today.
And it is all inclusive. All right. Coming up, a story so upsetting you'll need to chase it down with some Pepto. Snoop Dogg and Lil Bow Wow. I'll take clowns on the way down for 1,000, Alex.